Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Hyrule Chronicles, episode 52. I'm Articulate T, the Game Master in this Zelda-themed D&D adventure, and with me today, as always, I have Renji, Heir of Nihilus, being played by the Netherlad.
We're going to a very cool place.
I have Alvarance playing Hikan Sio, not the other way around.
Hello.
I have Zayden Shari being played by Robopart.
Howdy.
And I have Max being played by Keistrith.
Hi.
So, my friends, what happened last time?
Last time on Hyrule Chronicles, we traveled from Drumnik Maya to Drumnik Town to make sure that the guardsmen over there were informed as to what the hell we had been doing. We were actually rewarded for routing some of the moblins that we had routed, and as such, with this reward in our pockets, we headed east. Without much trouble, we found our way towards and to Zora's domain. We were welcomed there and asked to not make any trouble, and we quickly found a way to a inn with a lovely innkeeper named Meridia, if I remember correctly. We also went to a joke/magic shop where we finally got rid of the annoying bagpipes of annoyance, and we also bought some parkas and cloaks for the trek up the mountain.
Excellent. So yes, we return to our heroes, having finished their brief shopping spree, and are still within Zora's domain. Is there anything that you folks would like to do before making your way up? Did you want to wait another day to go early in the morning, or did you want to or have you actually you booked a room and then went shopping, didn't you? So
Yes.
So you were going to be resting.
I think we arrived fairly late.
Yeah.
There's still the waterbed to experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also,
Who's
now
ready for that?
that we know what's up there, Max is going to be constantly staring at the mountain whenever he's outside.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I think Renji is going to keep an eye out for Max, just in case.
That's fine. So you return to the Snoozing River, and you head to your rooms. Let's see. Snoozing River, Meridia. Yes. So Meridia sees you return, and she goes, "Oh, welcome to the Snoozing River. I am Meridia. Yes.
Hey, we have some rooms here, and I show the key.
Oh, my apologies.
It's quite all right.
Yes. Well, I shall leave you to it. See, and she kind of goes about looking through her set of things in order to try and find the note specifically for all of you about what you guys wanted for breakfast the following morning, and she kind of just says, "Okay, I shall make sure that your breakfast is ready in the morning. Feel free to relax and yes, yes."
I nod, smile, and then head to my room.
I will follow suit.
Okay. Right. So as you guys retire to your rooms, I need to get a reminder: who had a normal spring bed and who had a water bed?
I believe I had a
Renji and I
normal
were
bed.
going to share a room, and Max and
I had a full.
Zayden
You had
were
a
going to
full.
share a room, and Mara had her own room, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
They had spring beds.
Okay.
And I will spring for a waterbed.
Okay. Alright, so, with the normal spring beds, they're fairly comfortable. Like, the first thing that might come to mind is whether or not they would be damp considering the location, but they're perfectly fine. They're not, like, exceedingly super comfortable by any stretch of the imagination, but they aren't, like, hard as rock either. They're a nice happy medium in the middle.
We'll
Oh.
probably have to head to Death Mountain for rocky beds.
Yeah. So, for the waterbed, on the other hand, it's a bizarre experience. It's like you kind of clamber onto the bed and you find that there's not really much in the way of like... I mean, you've probably been in a waterbed at least once before if you've been to the ritzy place near the top of Zora's domain. But it always feels like a bit of a bizarre experience where you're kind of just lying on top of it and it feels like the mattress is kind of getting away from you at first. It's not like a normal bed mattress where it's just you put a hand on it and it just squishes down a bit, but it's reliably solid. This is like it almost catches you off guard at first. But the experience of lying on a waterbed, I mean, it's definitely comfortable. It feels like the precursor to a memory foam mattress, but it's not. Very, very much. Bonus tip: Articulate T has never slept on a waterbed, so I'm completely bullshitting this entire experience.
Generally speaking, it feels like a what's a good way to put it? It's kind of like a very thick top, and it kind of ripples and rolls underneath your weight, kind of thing. And so, if Renji tosses and turns a lot, it's probably not going to be horribly comfortable. But if he's more of a stationary sleeper, it is something that you kind of sink into and you feel kind of pressure evenly from all sides.
I guess.
I have slept on a waterbed.
I guess whether or not I'll have a quiet evening or quiet night will depend entirely on something else.
Okay. If that is the case, roll for me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Yes.
Well then, that's a 16.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, like, there is, like, you do kind of toss and turn a little bit. Possibly as kind of like a kind of background psychic radiation coming from your pact with the harvester, but otherwise, you get a fairly restful night. And like you wake up feeling refreshed. And all of you seem to have a fairly quiet night as well. Like, it doesn't help that with the whole, like, most of Zora's domain being built into the side of like a cliff. It's like there are a series of caves and everything. Caves tend to reverberate sound, so when you've got like people going about their business rather late at night, it seems a bit louder than your standard traffic that you get in places like Hyrule Castle Town or Sarkoza Port Town, where there is a rather busy night scene on occasion. But yeah, you
Also, Max is not going to sleep well anyway because he knows there's a dragon nearby.
Yeah. Oh dear. But yeah. So you but eventually you do manage to all wake up, and you head outside, and you find that on one of the larger tables, or the largest table, because there are no other patrons, is a kind of a small banquet of food, tailored to your order, though admittedly with a couple of mistakes here or there. And Meridia kind of looks over to the first of you to get up, is like, "Oh, good morning."
Good morning. This looks very, very nice. Thank you.
Oh, I try my best. And she kind of like looks at it again and looks down at the slip of paper that she had to write down your order on, and like there's a look of like uncertainty as to whether or not she got it absolutely right, but it's like it's on the table now. It's completely out of her hands. And she
The
says,
chance to try something new.
"Yeah,
I just start on breakfast. Does Hikan usually go for training before or after breakfast, by the way?
Hikan is one of those people that is used to doing either, but given the size of breakfast and the amounts of food that that you've seen Hikan eat, it probably would not bother him in this particular case. Depends on Renji, though. Because I know out of character, I do not eat before I exercise.
Then probably Hikan and I will have had some time before.
Okay.
Sidon will quite happily sit down and eat.
okay."
Max looks tired when he's there, but he's gonna vaguely pick at stuff.
Okay. Mara has excused herself. She says that she's gonna go for a little bit of a walk around Zora's domain in the morning, and we'll be back later. But
Insight check.
okay.
That is a 20, but I sincerely have no reason to doubt Mara at this moment.
You learn that she is going to go for a walk around Zora's domain. We'll be back later.
Yeah.
Unless the DM says something else.
She just like there's something of an air of curiosity about her. Since you guys got here late and immediately started shopping after doing stuff, she kind of decided that since she's like she says that she's never really been outside of Hyrule Castle town, so she wants to take the opportunity to just have a little bit of a look around before the group ascend the most dangerous climb in all of Hyrule. But
Fair
yeah.
enough.
so she's like, I'm just gonna have a look around. It's I don't really get the chance to go exploring like this, and like I'm okay to do that, right?
Yeah, I think so. Just we are planning on heading out. We haven't figured out a specific time for that.
Well, I'll only be going down to the dock and then coming back up. That's it.
That's probably not. That's not going to be an issue. Don't worry.
I'll be back in a bit. And she makes her way out. Meanwhile, those of you eating food, you kind of get started on this meal, and it's pretty good actually. The fish is of a kind of melt in your mouth kind of texture. There's a lot of different flavors like spices and everything, a bit of citrus here and there in order to really make it pop for the morning. It's like, other than the possible bizarre nature that having a fish-based meal for breakfast might entail, it is enjoyable, and it's satisfying and filling all the same, depending on how much you eat of it, of course. And the fish dishes all come with this kind of like sticks of pinkish sort of hard stuff. It looks kind of like breadsticks, but it's been kind of twisted slightly, and it's pink in color. In testing it kind of has this nice sort of almost sugary, nutty flavor to it, and it's crunchy, but it's not like difficult to chew through. It's almost a nice compliment to the meal. But other than breakfast, is there anything else you guys wanted to do before leaving Zora's domain?
I
Well,
can't think of much.
Yeah.
You're,
neither.
there was a significant pause, and I was scared that I disconnected somehow.
I'm sorry.
I figured someone should make a noise in order to.
Well, I think the only thing we have to do now is wait for Marita to get back.
Okay. Yeah.
And
While we're waiting,
think of a thing.
while we're waiting for Mara, Hikan's going to get curious. He's going to be in a safe spot. Everyone can see him, so he's not like trying to hide it or anything. But he's going to start seeing how well that the claws fit. The sea wraith claws, since he has 3 sets of them.
Okay.
I have Lester restoration. We can deal with it.
In case you accidentally poison yourself.
I think, like, for all intents and purposes, I think Hikan is more than more than careful when it
It's
comes
just
to
the
this
kind
sort
of thing
thing.
that dexterity is for.
Yeah. So you try it on. It's obvious that the way that these were built, they were meant to essentially be designed to be a one-fit-all sort of scenario. They're not like tailor-made to a person's hand. The one thing that sticks out to you at first is the fact that the claws have this weird sort of restricted movement in the fingers. So it's like it takes, like, granted, the nature of them being their like sharp objects on the end of each digit means that you don't really especially want to make a closed fist, but it feels like in order to, like, say you kind of have like a hand in a position where it's about to grip a baseball, moving any further than that feels like a tangible effort. The actual like a couple of the gloves kind of like one of them feels stretched as if it was too small for a person's hand. Another one kind of like the fittings for the blades on the end of the fingers and the thumb feel a bit loose, as if you're like wondering exactly how they managed to scratch anyone with it successfully without it falling apart. But yeah, you like they're usable in the sense, but it might take some getting used to.
Okay. I don't know what we're going up against, and it's like all I do is punch things, and I know I have magical hands now, but you never know.
I need poisonous magical hands.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's D&D. Everything's immune to poison.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Except
true.
for PCs. I wonder why.
Except for
Some
that,
PCs can be resistant, at least.
That's true, yeah.
Advice to any budding D&D players: don't build around poison.
yeah. Unless you
Looking
have
at you, rogues.
unless you have something in which, or unless your GM allows you to homebrew something in which you are capable of circumventing that, like a poison version of Elemental Adept, then great. But yeah, like save the hideous DMG poisons for like high profile human targets. Like if it's a wizard, like if it's a genuine ass wizard, then yeah, go for the poison. But otherwise,
What is a genuine ass wizard?
We're not allowed to talk about that.
Whatever you want.
Uriel.
Yeah, what is the rating for this show, by the way? Just so I know.
well,
We're
I like
adults.
how we
We
took
adult
that-
language.
That is true.
I like
There's
how
a
we
difference
went two
between
different
parental
directions.
guidance and restricted. This is not a tangent we need to go on.
Yeah, but it's
It was relevant at the poison part.
yeah, but it's all right. Yeah, if there's nothing else to do, then Mara comes back in a couple of minutes. She kind of wanders in the door and says, "Oh, it's really nice here. It's really beautiful.
I've always found that.
When this is all over, I might come back and visit for a little bit longer."
Unless we have any important and urgent business, I don't see why we couldn't.
Well, I mean, like, when I say when all this is over, we don't know exactly when this will be all over. And there might, as you say, there might be more stuff. But when there is a tangible amount of time in which there is like just a brief bit of pause, just a vacation, then yeah, I think I'll come back here.
Hmm. Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Speaking of, are we ready to go?
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Max, here's a healing potion because I know some of us can't heal ourselves. Actually, take 2
Hmm.
because I have 5. I think 1, 2, yeah, 5. So 2 for you.
Thanks.
Now I'm ready.
Okay. And so you gather your party. You give Meridia back her keys. She
Mhm.
bids you a fond farewell. And you make your way through Zora's domain and out towards the more northern exit. As you leave, you see like a fair few guards out on this area, and one of them stops you briefly and says, excuse me, I'm just wanting to make sure, are you prepared to continue on down this path? It is very dangerous."
We need to take something.
Well, I mean, you have...
Sorry, that's an
Hmm?
Hyrule Castle in joke. Never mind. Yeah, we are prepared, and I think it's not too cold in Zora's domain, is it?
No, it's rather
No.
pleasant. Like there's a bit of a chill, but otherwise it's
Mm.
pleasant weather.
I show, like, I pull out part of the parka that we have bought. It's like, well, we have some preparation. We've done some preparations for this. I think it's going to be all right.
Okay. Just be aware that well, if you get lost, the chances of you coming back are very slim. Just wanting to make you absolutely certain of this.
I think we are. Don't. But thank you for your concern.
Not a problem. Well, after you. And he kind of like takes a step back, gesturing to the road behind him, which kind of you can already see visibly disappears as it turns into a series of craggy rock faces and an overcast sky that even from this point you can see this the hideous grey protrusion from the earth that is Snowhead Mountain in the distance, and it's it is obvious from this point that that is not going to be as pleasant a journey as it has been, but you steel yourselves and you carry onwards, trudging forwards and over some more difficult terrain. As you continue on down the road, or continue down through the passage, you kind of find that the road, despite it being a craggy kind of location, it turns into something of a very narrow ravine for a period of time. These rock faces towering above you at a very precarious angle. The whole situation making you feel somewhat small, but the towering the towering mountain ahead of you is well, it's an ever present thing. What are you doing on your walk through?
keeping an eye out for any dangers, either animals or potential to slip and fall.
At points where it gets pretty narrow, I'd like to take point.
I'll be right behind you.
Okay.
Yes, I'm somewhere in the middle then.
Right. So as you continue on, Renji and Zayden, since you have the highest passive perception, you as you're going through, off to a side where the road becomes a little bit, or the ravine comes a little bit wider, you notice off to the side that there is a crate, a rather sizable crate that seems to have been smashed open, almost as if it's fallen from a great height and then the wood is splintered. Does seem a little bit out of place here. For the moment.
Also, Max has been like looking to the sky this whole time.
Okay.
Sidon will mention the crate to the others.
I'll go investigate the crate. Well, investigate used loosely, but...
But yeah, you head over to the crate, and you find that from the bits of assembled wood is... Let's see, do I have an image for it? I don't think I do. No, I don't. I'll have to get back to that at some point. But yeah, what you seem to find is a crest. The crest itself appears to be a shield with two crossing rapiers over the front of it. You might recognize this as the house symbol for Lady Risha and her father, Lord Grastel.
Looks like part of their gear didn't make it up the mountain.
You said it looked like it dropped from a great height, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Or it was taken and dropped by something that flies.
Also possible. Are there any, like, claw marks, talon marks?
Make
on
a survival check.
Survival check, I see.
Would it also be a survival check to see how long this has been here? Like, are the edges a bit softer from being wind-worn or things like that?
Yeah, I'd say.
Cool,
It's
so that's
12 for me.
Sidon only got a 9.
22.
Okay.
16.
Ooh.
Alright. With the yeah, so between you estimate that there doesn't seem to be any indication that a creature had like savaged the box. It appears that it might just have been as simple as it fell either from atop the ravine, or perhaps something was much higher up and it fell from their grip or something along those lines. But there's no kind of claw marks to indicate that it was held by anything with claws. So the best estimate will probably be that it might have been dropped from the ravine or something along those lines. As for how long it's...
It was carried by a flying gelatinous slime.
As for how long it's been here, it seems to have been here at least a week.
And is there any indication of what was in it?
There are a few things left behind, but it appears to be mainly raw materials. It seems to be steel ingots and other planks of wood and scraps of leather, the kind of thing that one would use to make weapons or armor with.
I have no idea what this means.
There's about 50 pounds worth of raw material here.
Why was it going along a mountain?
Because they were making a mansion on top of the mountain, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. According to the letter. Do we want to carry it up, or do we want to leave it here?
I mean, we could. We have a bag of holding or two.
We have multiple bags of multiple.
We
holding.
have multiple. If it's been here for this long, I don't know how long it's going to be to trek up the mountain. Have we done any basic research on that?
You assume that at a comfortable pace, which I guess when it comes to mountain climbing, it's relative. But if you're not, if you're going at what the equivalent would be as to a normal walking pace as opposed to a forced march, it would probably be somewhere along the lines of maybe. You estimate it will probably take you a day to get to the base of Snowhead, and then it might take you another day to get to possibly an area where based on the context clues of the things that you know about Grastel's mansion project, it might take you another day.
So, given that we know this has been here for a while, no one's come back to pick this up. Either this has been left as being unimportant, or something has happened and this is just completely disregarded.
Potentially not worth the effort of getting it back.
For instance, I don't see a reason of taking the time to stuff everything in bags of holding and bring this with us.
Okay.
Unless other people have different ideas about that, I suggest we
That'd take too much time, I think.
head on. Yeah.
Okay. And so it is that you carry on. You keep going for about another couple of hours, the terrain making it significantly harder as the ravine gives way to small ledges and dips and places where you kind of have to hop from one surface to another in order to get around. But one thing that does immediately catch your attention as you're going through this is the temperature as you progress is tangibly dropping the further away from Zora's domain that you're getting. It gets to the point where an hour ago it was say 10 degrees Celsius. It's now around about 1 or 2, 2 hours later.
Okay, we'd better put on cloaks and parkas and stuff. Yeah.
You didn't have those on already?
Apparently Renji just really likes the cold.
I wasn't wearing it
I'd
as
assumed
we headed out.
I'd assumed Max would put them on in the morning.
I did not. I showed the guards that I had it in my bag of holding.
See, this is why they stopped us, because Renji was just walking there, in a t-shirt, shorts.
Aw.
Sun's out, guns out.
Yeah.
No.
Blizzard's out.
I guess there might be a sun out somewhere past those clouds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty certain the youths of the party were like, no, because Hikan's definitely team sleeves are bullshit. Now he's mumbling about it, is it worse to have sleeves or is it worse to be cold, as he puts on the frickin' jacket?
Mm-hmm.
Max is just basically buried in a giant cloak. So warm and fuzzy. But also I can't show it because I don't know how.
Is this one of those anime characters where it's just the eyes and flat eyebrows?
He has one facial expression.
Mm-hmm.
It has not changed, really.
Just you don't see the nose or mouth. You just see
He is either less snarly or more snarly.
You just don't know.
I did realize that at this point, with how quickly I can get my world shape back, I could just go around as a polar bear.
Could do. But yeah, this as you continue on, this all kind of comes to a head when you eventually find yourself face to face with what could only be described in gaming terms as edge of the biome, where you get to the end of this ravine where it's kind of pushes outward into a wider space, but the area that it's in seems to be bisected with this colossal wall of ice, of roughly 40 foot tall, and almost sheer. It kind of dawns on you that if you want to get to the other side of it, you'll have to climb.
I'm sure that after we do this, we will encounter a loading screen.
No, no.
No, it is the loading screen.
Oh,
Yeah,
right, yeah,
it's the hidden loading screen.
it's the loading screen where we have to like make our way carefully through a very narrow passageway,
Yes.
so that there's no actual passive loading times.
Yes.
Good.
To get that climbing gear out.
Yep.
Hikan will put on the climbing gear and then ask Zayden for his ladder.
Zidon will hand you the 20-foot 5. I've only got a 25-foot ladder.
Only 25 feet. Do
I have a,
room?
well, I have a 10-foot, a 20-foot, and a 25-foot. Oh, I know what to do. Take the 20-foot one and hang it
Okay.
off of the immovable rod, and then do the 25-foot one at the top.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. And I'll also grab the immovable rod, and I'm gonna jump up as high as I can, and then about like 10 feet away from the wall,
I'm gonna give him
Click the-
guidance.
click the rod into place, and then let go, walk back about 20 feet, take a running start, grab onto the immovable rod, and try to get up as high onto the wall as possible with the climbing gear.
Give me an acrobatics check.
All right.
Yeah!
Natural 20
Nice.
for 32 with guidance.
Ooh, and also, yeah.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, you
You have destroyed this wall.
you've utterly annihilated.
It will now
yourself.
go home in shame.
Yeah.
I've solved his ice wall puzzle.
Damn it. No, that's great. I love it because it's one of those things where it's like out of character. I seem to have a habit of like, oh yeah, this puzzle will really trip them up, even though it's not really a puzzle; it's just a wall. But it's like I create puzzles after forgetting what is in everybody's inventory. So
We
in
have
one instance
surmounted
before,
the insurmountable wall.
yeah, you like I was just gonna do like have a series of athletic checks in order to climb this wall, but having completely forgotten that you had not only multiple ladders but also a immovable rod and a guy who can jump real fucking far. And so it's like, oh, man.
Got a guy who jumped good.
Guy who jumped good. But
To
yeah,
be fair, I'm not using Step of the Wind, and I don't think that I can get 40 feet of clearance, so...
oh god. Let's see. I need to remind myself of how far people can fucking jump. Let's see. Flying movement, moving creatures. Being prone, difficult terrain. I'm sure that was a thing that says it's probably in ability scores. I have roll 20 and it has a compendium. I could just type in jumping and see how that works.
High jump. When you make a high jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier if you move at least 10 foot immediately before the jump.
Okay.
I was attempting to get more leverage in centrifugal force because my modifier is only a +1, so that would be 4 feet up, which is still impressive.
I'd say yes. That's what's it? 3, 4. Wow. Yeah, that's still impressive. That's like, yeah.
It's like that's an entire small person.
Yeah. I'd say if you don't use Step of the Wind, I would say that with your natural 20, you run, you jump the 4 feet, you then kind of sprint up the ice wall a bit for a further 6 to get 10 feet, hop off for another couple of feet to then put the immovable rod there. So it's roughly 12 feet off the ground before you let go and get to the floor. Wait, no, hold on.
So you know the bar things that gymnastics people use to like swing up around and then they go over and they grab the higher bar kind of thing?
The thing in every platforming game ever.
See
Oh,
Prince
yeah.
of Persia.
Yeah, the Prince of Persia things.
Yeah.
So I just set up the immovable rod about 10 feet away from the wall normally, like with a little bit of a jump, so that way I could clear it and I could do that to get more, like a little bit more height kind of thing. So
Okay.
instead of getting up the wall, putting the rod there now, because it's like, no, that's a bit harder to grasp.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'd say with your natural 20, you can, with the combination of movement that you're going for, you could probably swing off the immovable rod to get roughly 20 feet up.
Excellent. I'll take some of the pythons from the climbing gear and I will put in the first ladder.
Okay.
And then I will climb up the rest of the way, free climbing with to get to the top.
Okay. Give me another acrobatics check, I will say, in this instance.
Okay. That is 24.
Nice. So with the 24, you bound all the way up to the top of this ice wall, and you kind of plant your feet on there, and you can see that there is a small area here where it kind of flattens out slightly, and now that you're technically at the top where the ravine kind of is, you can see these sorts of like semi-mountainous sort of areas, but they're a little bit flatter than normal, so it should be easier to walk on. But like the wind chill up here is horrible, and you can even see flecks of snow in the distance as you look over. But you can see the occasional tree. So yeah, it's definitely a different world over here. But you are at the top of the ice wall and are in more than a capable position to help out where you can with getting everybody else up.
So I will set up the other ladder, and then I will, as everyone's kind of getting ready and gathering, I will make mention of the increased wind and the few sparse trees, but it does look like it'll be an easier walk from here. For a while, at least.
Yeah. Okay. And since you set up ladders specifically as opposed to rope, everyone else automatically succeeds on their checks to get up. So,
Yeah, don't need to make checks.
But yeah. So, you, with everyone up on the other side, you no doubt retrieve your ladders and immovable rod and continue onwards.
Well, we can't take back the immovable rod.
Just
It's
make it
immovable.
movable. You could make it movable again. How else
Right,
do we
right.
fucking put it then?
I know. It's
A little bit too much facetiousness.
yes, that's true.
Yeah. But yeah, so you carry on, heading onwards to towards the mountain. Let's see. As you progress onwards and away from the ice wall, you enter the snow, and it is once more another sudden change as the temperature drops again, and suddenly it feels like like the snow around you, like the falling snow, just suddenly begins to pick up into something of a rather oppressive blizzard. It's difficult to actually see too far in front of you because of the snow itself. Even though there's plenty of light, there's just this the flurry is so thick. It's just you can't see too far ahead of you. So, and it is quite loud as well, but I'd like everybody to make me a perception check, please, as you're moving along.
I am also going to be using my magical sight to see if there's anything causing this.
Poseidon gets a natural 9.
A natural
Yay.
9.
9.
It's not your day today, is it,
15.
Bert?
What? Can't hear you. What?
His hearing's going in his old age.
What? Lizard?
Sorry, did you say lizard?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
No, it's a blizzard. Soft one.
What?
But
I
yeah.
think there's a wizard.
So let's see, with the 20, the 15, 20 and the 15 actually, over the din of the snow, you hear what sounds like a roar that reverberates all around you, but it sounds a fair distance away. It's Max, you think you understand it in sense. It sounds only like one word, which just sounds like run, but you don't think it's being like directed at you. It just sounds like something is roaring in Draconic to something else to run.
That is going to stop.
What's wrong?
I think I just heard the dragon.
Is that what that is?
Telling something to run, but not us. I think it's busy with something.
Does it sound mean?
Can't tell over the snow.
Okay. And I will keep leading the path then.
Okay. Alright. Keep carrying on. Eventually you as you continue heading north, there's this odd feeling about you, that you feel like you're being watched. I think everybody's passive perception is high enough in order to kind of get this sort of. But as you get to a certain point, Hikan, you just instinctively tell everyone to stop. Because you feel like there are things around you now. You can't quite see them, but you can sense that there's something here.
I think something's really close. And I will pull out the shocky stick.
Try
I
and,
went through the snow.
Yeah.
try and see it.
Okay, roll a perception check.
I will assist with.
I can see.
20.
I'm at 23.
Unnatural 20.
Ahead of you, you see a couple of them. They look like humanoid forms, but they're really tall and lanky, and they seem to be moving in this rigid sort of fashion. The sides of their heads seem to have these kind of like long horns to them. And as you kind of spy them, one of them jerkily raises a hand and what looks like a spear in it and is reeling back to throw it. And I would like everybody to roll initiative.
Can I tell who it's aiming at?
Just at all of you in general.
I'm gonna, tell Mara to get down.
That snow effect is really cool.
Yeah.
Nice bit of a battle music.
Well, that's quite a lot on that map.
Okay. So you're added. Renji still needs to roll for initiative.
Yeah, I have to restart roll 20
Oh no.
or stuff, but I think I am here.
Okay.
And if the sheet wants to load.
Nope, that's not it.
Oh,
Oh, we know how much health they have.
That is somebody's health point.
Yeah.
finally, it is doing something, and yes.
Awesome. Okay. He's sending.
He is not on the turn order though.
Oh, okay. I'll add him.
There he is.
Alright, now I need to move him up. So you are there. Alright. Okay. I don't know why I closed the initiative order, that was silly of me. Alright. So
You don't need to see this.
to describe the scene before you, as said, there are several humanoid forms in front of you, one of which is rearing back in a jerky robotic motion to throw a spear. As you're kind of like preparing to get ready to fight, you hear the crunching and sliding of snow behind you, and as you turn you see these oddly these like sets of what you would think to be red eyes. There's many of them, and they're all kind of in weird positions as if they don't quite fit the thing that they're on. And what they're going to do on their turn is they're going to utilize a thing. So actually what one of them is going to do is going to slide along the floor. How far can he go? He can go that far. Like this rumbling noise. Zayden, you turn to see this thing, this towering, effectively block of ice with these red eyes just glaring down at you, and it opens its mouth in order to try and bite at you.
Can I determine what it is?
Make a Arcana check.
17.
You believe this to be an aberration that has been that has once, or more or less, kind of like a result of kind of planar magic that has originated from the elemental plane and then just kind of given life to this thing. And you're not exactly the origins of it are not sure, but you believe this to be a Freezard. Basically some kind of mockery of an ice elemental that is just always constantly filled with hate, and it's going to try and bite at you. Does a 13 hit? No, it doesn't.
Nope.
But that'll be.
Oh, that's so much damage.
It is a lot of damage, isn't it? And this one is going to slide over and is also going to try its luck with Hikan. 18 hit.
No, it does not.
Okay, so it misses as you duck out the way. This one in particular is going to go over here. It's going to stop. It's going to open its mouth, and it's going to let loose a chilling frost breath.
That's no fun.
Pitiful
Oh, no.
damage.
So I guess that catches.
Everybody.
That is everybody, yeah.
Everybody.
Have Mara do dex
Save.
save.
That's 20 dex save.
Yep. Pass,
I
pass,
guess
pass. Pass, pass. Fail on Robopirate's part. Okay. So, Zayden, you take... why is that rolling? Oh, I get it. Yeah, so you take 7 damage now, and you are paralyzed. As the cold winds take a hold of you, and kind of freeze you in place. You're still conscious, but you can't seem to get yourself moving in a way. On your turn, you can make at the end of your turn, you can make a strength saving throw in order to try and break free of this effect. But at the start of your turn, you'll take a further 2 cold damage, as it kind of freezes you on the spot. Renji.
Right.
Does anyone else
If
take damage for passing or anything like that?
You take half damage.
half damage.
Does
Okay. Then
7 be
it's
3 or 4?
We'll go with 4. It's half
Go.
rounded up usually for damage.
Okay.
And I have
Right.
evasion.
nice.
What damage?
I am going to.
Paralyzed can do. Our friend Biden here.
Darn it, they are not close enough. Right, I am going to move up to the blizzard thing, and I'm going to stab, and I'm going to stab.
Okay.
So that's 1 stab, and that's another stab.
Okay.
For 27 to hit and a 17 to hit.
They both hit, so that is 20 damage
20
total.
points of piercing damage.
Nice.
And that is going to be my turn.
Okay. All right. Robart, you were saying something briefly. I didn't think I heard it.
I don't think I can be paralyzed the way this is set out, because if you're paralyzed, you automatically fail strength saving throws.
Oh, okay. All right. That's a
Um,
good point. Good to know. We'll say you're restrained instead.
As I say, shouldn't it be a Constitution save?
Yeah. That's the point. Yeah. I will retool them next time you face freeze odds. But we will-
Yeah.
I'll
Different
edit-
question: can it break free by turning into a giant animal?
Let me dwell on that, because it would it would basically transition the condition. So you go from being a frozen druid to a frozen bear, for example.
You'd have more HP though.
You'd have more HP, yeah.
It'd also be bigger.
You would also be bigger. So we'll say, while I change this to something that's a bit more appropriate as opposed to what was originally set out to be, I will, I'll say no on the wild shape breaks you out thing, but yeah, for the moment we'll say you're merely restrained, and you can make a strength saving throw to forcibly break you out. But yeah, so after Renji's go, it is the Chill Foss's turn. These mean-looking ice elementals, they're going to throw their spears, all 4 of them. So 1 for Hikan. That is a 25 to hit for 7 piercing and 4 cold.
Alrighty.
That's
Just
a missile.
Second. That it is.
It is a missile.
Finally.
10 plus 5 plus 7 because I'm a 7th level monk. That is more than 11 damage, so I grab the missile.
Yep.
And I have something right next to me, so that would be disadvantage on if I throw it. So yeah, no, I'll just it goes over to hit, and then I just hit it with the end of my own spear and just knock it off to the side.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah. Then another one's gonna throw their spear at Mara, which I think she's more than 40 feet away, so that's disadvantage. But I don't think a 12 doesn't hit Mara anyway, so that's fine. One of them is gonna throw one at Max, and before I do anything, I'm just gonna put on the legacy roll too, so I know exactly what to do. So we know that it'll be at disadvantage next time. So spear to Max, misses. And then the 4th one will do spear to Renji, long bombs it. Fua, miss. Then
Good luck with that.
then they all use their bonus action to pull from the ambient cold in the air and create another one. There's a and they just have another spear in their hand, and they're gonna begin moving. So I think they have a speed of 30 feet. One's gonna go over here to get into melee with you. One's gonna go over here. Yeah. Over. Yeah. Hello. Alright, so that's their turn. Mara is going to look around her in all directions. And she's been given an express order to get down, so she's going to disengage, and she's going to see if she can find some cover somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, she's going to go over here and hide behind this pile of snow. Alright. Hikan.
Well, the big guy missed me, but the little guy almost hit me. So Hikan's going to punch the little guy 3 times. It's a 14.
That is a miss.
Okay. Natural 1 and an 18.
18 hits. So that would be... as you strike them, you find that you're like much in the way that all martial artists have a stereotypical trope of punching ice. You feel like your blows are doing significantly more damage to them because they're just made of ice. So that in fact does 18 damage as opposed to 9.
Okay, so I will shout to Renji, because I know Renji has a magical shape-shifting sword, to not poke it, but to smash it.
Gotcha.
Alright, so that was action and bonus action. Did you want to go anywhere else on your turn, or are you happy where you are?
I'm happy where I'm at.
Okay. Zayden! You are restrained, sir.
So they take extra bludgeoning damage, do they? I shall make a wall from here to here as a tidal wave appears.
Oh, jeez. Rude, what crashes down on air. 48 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone. Okay, so they need to make
So,
a dex save.
tidal wave or avalanche?
Tidal wave.
Snow is just lazy water.
I have told the water that it needs to stop being lazy and it needs to rise up upon my foes.
Alright, so we'll go from top to bottom. So Chillfoss, and Freezard. Where is it? Where is this thing? Stop being an editing. We'll just assume. Dex. Alright, okay, so pass, fail, pass. So this Chillfoss at the top halves to 10, doubles to 20 again because it's vulnerable. So that is minus 20 damage there. So one at the bottom failed it. So that's 20 to 40 and is knocked prone. Alright, let's see. So it is prone, and this one down here passed it. So 20 to 10 to 20 is 20 points of damage, and it is not prone. One thing you notice about it is that, unlike the Chillfoss, the unique shape of the Freezard makes it seem like it's not really the type of thing to be knocked down easily. You assume that it might be immune to being proned.
That's okay, it's a load of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. Okay.
And for bonus action... Turning into an animal doesn't seem to be doing much to help me right now. Beyond health. Then I can't do another tidal wave. Yeah, I'll just end my turn. Oh no, not Shillelagh.
Okay. Shillelagh. So because you need to use your action to do it, you've got your quarterstaff is now a magical weapon stick, but you haven't got the ability to use it just yet as an action to attack. Right.
Yeah, it's just in case I can't tidal wave for some reason.
Yeah.
Like
that's
running
fine.
out of spell slots.
That's okay. Let's see.
Or maybe you just feel like hitting something.
Okay, and at the end of that go is Max.
Do I make a anti-restrain roll?
Oh yeah, make your saving throw to break free of the ice.
Of what? Constitution?
It's Constitution to save the initial problem, and then Strength to forcibly. It's like breaking out of webbing, but it's not webbing. It's
Okay.
there you go. You're out.
With my plus
Hey.
0.
I'm gonna step up to help Zod finish these guys. Max gonna do his old biting the staff trick. And cast Lightning Dragon Breath in this cone.
Okay. Dex save all.
Dex saves, please, for 11 lightning damage.
Okay, so let's see. Second verse, same with the first. We'll go top. So Chill Foss, Freezard. So Chill Foss, and then Freezard.
Does prone make it
Uh,
less able to dodge?
Prone
think
makes
it's
them get
difficult.
disadvantaged on dexterity saving throws.
okay.
So they all fail.
They all fail. All right, so that is 11, 11, and 11.
That was bonus and action and move.
Okay.
And now that I know I can keep this up to a minute, I can use it more.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the action?
Action is to actually use the Dragon's Breath.
Yeah.
Bonus action just gives you the ability to use it.
Okay.
Why didn't you choose fire?
Because
Because
it's
it's
Max! I have a theme!
Damn.
Respect the aesthetic.
But efficiency.
All right.
I'm
so,
all about aesthetic.
the Freezards. Let's see. So this one at the bottom is going to try and bite you, Renji.
Oh, don't do
23
that.
for
23
9
hits.
piercing and 8 cold.
Ow.
And then the one fighting Hikan is also going to attempt the same thing. And before I do, I'm just going to remember to put roll 2 on this one as well, just in case. There you go. 25 for 25 and 6.
Ow. But
Yeah.
It's okay.
And then this, let's see. What is this Freezard going to do? He's going to attack. He's going to attack Zayden with his bite. 15 for
No.
18 and 9? No? Okay. Alright. Renji.
Right. I'm not feeling great in this situation. So I do kind of want to use the information Hikan gave me to change my rapier into a warhammer,
Okay.
but that takes an action.
Okay.
And I'm yeah, I'm going to instead try and pierce the thing with my rapier
Mhm.
and siphon off its energy to use vampiric touch.
Okay.
That is 11 to hit. Why? That was a 3.
Sorry, mate. That is a miss.
Oh man, that sucks. Okay.
Okay. Then it's the Chill Foss's go.
Yep.
Right, these two back here, they're going to continue with their throwing stuff. So the ones that are at range, Chillforce Uno is going to fire at Renji. Does a 17 hit?
Does not.
Okay,
hit.
misses. Then the one that is currently in also at range is going to huck one at Zidon. Wow. 19 to hit for 9 and 2. And then the ones that are currently in melee are gonna stand up. Oh well, one of them is currently in melee with Hikan, so he's going to attack Hikan. That's a miss. Unless your AC has fallen to below 8.
It has not. However, given that I have tipsy sway, Hikan sits there and leg sweeps him, so he hits his friend instead, doing the 28 or doing not the 20, the 18 damage.
Okay.
To the Freezard.
Yeah. So it's immune to the cold, but it still deals 14 piercing, which is hilarious. Just like you guide it, and it just kind of like shatters briefly as it causes a massive crack in the Freezard's form.
Hikan just points at the Chillforce as the Freezard's like, the fuck, dude? No.
Oh, God damn it, man. Then this Chillforce is going to stand, and is also going to attack Zidon because he's right next to him. Spear for miss. Alright. That's the Chillforce's go. Mara's turn. Mara's going to draw her hammer, and she's going to step out over here to flank with Renji, and she's going to swing. 22 for what would be 6 bludgeoning.
Go Mara. MVP.
Yeah. And then Hikan, it's your go.
Okay, so Hikan is going to flip the Javelin of Lightning, so he's using it as a blunt instrument instead of a piercing instrument.
Okay.
And given that the other guy can't seem to hit him much anymore, and the big guy hurt a lot, Hikan's going to do 2 strikes against the Freezard.
Okay.
And then use patient defense.
Okay.
So that is 13. I don't believe that hits.
That's another hit.
And 15.
That is a miss, sadly.
Okay. No worries.
Okay.
And then patient defense.
Okay. Nice. Zidon.
I summon the tide!
Same line again?
Not as good this time.
Okay. So we will do Chillforce. Oh Jesus Christ, Chillforce! Chill the fuck out. And then okay.
Yay, it failed.
All right. So Chillforce has so the Chillforces take the full 13, and then the Freezard is going to take 26. But is still on its doesn't really have feet, so it's just kind of there.
I will now use my bonus action to turn into a giant snake. Mostly, this is just me throwing my bonus action into HP.
Alright, that's fine.
But cold-blooded, though.
I'm not gonna. We'll work that out another time.
I think within 6 seconds, I'm going to be transformed back, so it's probably not a big deal.
Okay.
It's like we'll work that out another time because it only occurred to me just now.
We'll do it in post.
Yeah.
It has 12 AC. It's going to lose all that HP quite immediately.
It is a free turn, or it's basically a free buffer to figure things out. All right, Max.
Ablative armor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the same big cone of sparky death as before.
Okay. All right.
For
So
13 lightning damage.
Chillfoss. Nope, that's one too many
All fail.
Chillfosses.
All those fail, but the big guy passes
Big
and
guy
takes half.
passes. Okay, so he takes 7. And then this Chillfoss takes 13. And then this one, in the midst of sparking destruction, it shatters.
Good. And I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points to quicken a magic missile.
Okay.
Actually, am I allowed to do? Oh yeah, because I've already cast a spell. I'm allowed to do that.
Don't worry, we're doing critical role.
No, I'm
things, so-
casting it third.
Oh, you're casting it third. Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast it at the boy between Mara and Renji to try and help.
But you just used the dragon's breath action to exhale. The lightning, right?
I didn't cast the spell this turn though.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
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 So
Okay.
that's 5 darts, isn't it? That's it.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice.
That's a total of 18 force damage,
Nice.
I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It kind of slams into this thing, like bits of ice going everywhere. Then it's the Freezard's go. So this here Freezard is gonna go. The one that's next to you, Max, is gonna go for you, because it's annoyed by the sparking lightning death. I guess an 11, so it fails.
Yay.
And then the one going fighting Hikan. Oh Jesus fuck, man! So that is a
Don't worry,
That's
it's
total.
not a crit.
It's not a crit, but it's 26 damage. Hikan is
Yeah, and that had
unfortunately
24.
out. So the thing bites into you. This hideously painful, vice-like grip as the cold seeps into you, and you lose consciousness. And then there's the one that's currently fighting Renji and Mara, and it's also going to go for its bite on Renji. 24 for 33.
I have 1 hit point left.
Okay. All right, Renji, it's your go.
My anxiety is spiking. I am going to spend my last remaining spell slot at this moment to try and cast Vampiric Touch once more
You have advantage because you're flanking.
on this thing. I have advantage because I'm flanking, so I'm going to roll with advantage.
Don't you have your super advantage?
This is a yes. Then I have super advantage.
Frickin' elephant accuracy.
Chic and accuracy,
Sorry.
indeed. 21 to hit
Yep. So it deals 11.
for 11 necrotic damage,
Mhm.
and I regain 5 hit points.
Okay. All right.
And I have concentration now. Wait,
And
wait,
it's-
no. I cast it last time, and that just means I need to make a concentration check for
33.
So 33
so DC
halves.
Divided by
16.
60.
16.
You got it.
Oh, that's with
So what was the other
that
one?
was an 11 plus 3 is 14. So I missed. So I'm using my spell slot.
Okay. All right.
And
Okay.
it's a bonus action to use potions, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
Then I'm going to use a bonus action for a potion of healing.
Okay. All right. The Chillfoss. The Chillfoss is going to, seeing as Hikan is now down, it's going to ignore Hikan and move over to the big snake. and these three are going to poke the snake. So first
Snake
one.
aggro.
Yep. So that is 8 plus 10, 18 damage total, and then we've got
Yes.
yeah, because it's flanking with another one on the other side. Said one on the other side is going to try it again. 14, the
Yep.
17, and then the last one is going to 25 for 18.
Told you it was just for HP.
Yeah, I was going to say, you are still a snack, though. Um,
Yeah. It's okay, I can bonus action out of snake.
Mara is going to... Can she get to you? She can. Yeah, so she's going to action disengage. She's going to run over to you, Hikan. And hurriedly take out a potion. She's going to hit you with a greater potion of healing. Just going to try and like slide on the snow and just try and get you. It's like, come on, drink, please, drink. So let's see, greater potion of healing. That's a number.
4d4 plus 4.
That's the one. 4d4 plus 4. You get 14 hit points back, you can.
Yay.
And that'll be her turn. And it is Hikan, who should be awake. Oh, okay. I just noticed Discord is not acting well for Alvarats at the moment. Okay, I will add the hit points for him. I'll put in a black box on this thing.
That's me working out my tidal wave angles.
That's fair.
I can hit all of them, and if I turn back in that bottom left corner, I don't hit myself.
Okay.
I would like if you turned back. Because I also have a thing.
Just
Yeah. What we'll do is we'll say that we'll delay Hikan's turn for the moment. We'll wait for his Discord to come back, and we'll say it's Aiden's go.
bonus action, drop snake over here,
Okay.
and then once more tidal wave upon all three of them and the right
and
one.
and the big bastard. Okay. Oh, nice. All right. So, in an arc starting with the closest one to you, Aiden, we will do Dex, pass, fail, fail, and then the Freezard. Fail. Okay, so the first one that passes takes the full 15. Top one takes 30, which destroys it. Oh well, no. The next one that takes 30 is destroyed because it only had 18 hit points left over. And then the Freezard itself will take the full 30 and still remain up. So let's see.
That guy should be prone.
Oh yeah, so he is, because he's not immune to prone. There we go. All right, Max.
The blue light that's been filling Max's skull is going to descend into his chest.
Mhm.
Then he's going to pull it out and throw it over at the over at the creature that knocked Hikan over,
Okay.
and switch to Storm Spear.
Oh,
It time.
it time.
So the action will be create a big box of doom
Okay.
over that contains this but does not contain this.
Okay, so it's a 20-foot radius sphere. All right, so
Yes.
draw a shape. See. 10, 15, 20. 10, 15, 20 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So that
Move it downward by 2.
Okay, like that.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll do.
Alright, so
Just this roaring, swirling clouds, sparking noise.
So it gets 11 on its strength save, taking.
And as bonus action, I'm gonna have a big spark of lightning come and hit this guy behind me with the strike
Okay.
for 14 for 18 lightning damage. That's not a hit.
That's not going to hit, I'm afraid.
Oh well.
But they are
tried.
they are appropriately spooked. All right. Do we have a Hikan back?
I am here verbally. I am not here on the Roll20 or anything else.
Okay. So at the moment you are conscious but prone. You have 14 hit points.
Excellent. I will stand up using half my movement.
Mhm.
And
You
is
have
there anything...
you have one big frosty lizard eyeball thing next to you, and one of the little elemental ice things.
Can I flank with anybody with them?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna punch the big one.
Okay.
Twice, and then I use another key point for patient defense in case it decides to turn around and try to bite me again.
All right. I got it. So unarmed strike. 27 to hit for 6 and 21 to hit for 11. Nice. So that's 17. That's 34 damage. Friggin' dope. Nice work.
You're rolling better for me than I was.
No, don't you worry. This is going to be the one session where the dice are in my favor, and then forevermore I will be back to shit rolls. Okay, so the Freezards on their turn. This one down here is going to rear. The bottom one is going to rear back and try and bite at Renji again.
Must he?
But you're the only one that's in melee.
Mm.
Well, I did click it. I don't want to click it too. Okay, 15.
Doesn't
I don't
hit.
think hits you.
15.
So,
Oh,
you back up and avoid it. The one that is in melee with you guys, with you, Hikan and Mara, is going to attack because it's a big dumb fucking creature. It is going to attack Mara instead. And Roll20's being nice and slow for me.
It is for everybody.
It's going to be one of those evenings, I think. Sure, I clicked it. Okay, I'll try it again. If it comes up again, we'll just do the...
Ignore the second one.
We'll just ignore the second one if it comes up again by accident, but it doesn't look like...
Is it doing a level thing?
Oh, there we go. Okay. A 14 does not hit Mara's AC.
cool.
I'm glad he didn't get the crit. Fuck. Note to self: rebalance Freezards in the future. Oh yeah, and the one that's in melee with Max is going to try and bite Max. Does a 17 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take 21 piercing and then 6 cold.
That's 27 total.
Mm-hmm.
What will be my con save?
That would be 13. You're fine.
Gotta keep my spell.
Yeah. Okay, Renji.
Right.
Also, that thing is still in the thing. It needs to take more damage, please.
Oh yeah, so it does. Let's see. So it takes...
Strength save for 9.
22, so it takes 9.
Haha, it's too dumb to move.
Yeah. Okay. Renji.
Right, so with all of this, like, I still haven't changed my weapon to something bludgeon-y. However, I am going to try and see if something else would work. I am going to cast Green Flame Blade,
Ooh.
which is something I've picked up on my last level up.
Mhm.
And that's 23 to hit.
Yeah.
And let's see. That'll deal a normal 1d8 plus 5.
Uh-huh. So
1d8 plus 5.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. That's 12 points of piercing damage.
Alright, so 12 piercing and then 18
And
fire.
1 point of fire damage.
Oh, okay. Why'd the other dice come up?
Because that can leap from a target that I see within 5 feet of it, but there is nothing there, so that just doesn't work.
Oh, okay. So it has taken 2 points of fire damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn? Isn't Vampiric Touch a bonus action?
That's just an action.
Oh, okay. All right.
So no.
Did you want to use a bonus action for a health potion?
Yes.
I'm trying to help you, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the chill fosses.
9 points of healing.
This one chill foss is going to focus on the dude who keeps bringing up fucking tidal waves that he's in melee with. Does a 17 hit you?
Nope.
Okay. The other
I
one is
refuse.
the other one is going to throw its spear at you. An 11
I
doesn't hit,
refuse.
so they fail. Mara is going to she's going to whap this thing in the storm with her mace or with a light hammer, dealing 24 for 14 damage. Boom. And that will be her turn. Hikan.
Let's see. Everyone's still in the general area of things. Mara's punching the big one that keeps trying to bite me, right? Or
Yeah.
she hit a different one. Okay. I will try to go around it and then punch it twice.
It's currently in the middle of a big storm sphere being created by Max, so it might be dangerous to do that.
If you
Yeah.
move northward by 5 feet, you can get one of the smaller ones between you and Zidon and get rid of that, probably.
I'll just stay where I'm at, then I'll punch it twice then real quick.
Okay. I'm on the wrong thing. I need to be over here. Oof. Well, 20 is going to be nice and slow whenever I open up your character sheet because I keep accidentally closing it. Okay, so 19 to hit for 11, and then 11 to hit for 7. But the 19 hits, it does 22 damage, which is enough. So as you, boom, you punch forward, and there's like a small kind of opening in the storm where you can see this thing shatter. It looks like it shatters into much smaller pieces, but those smaller pieces are then consumed by the storm sphere that's within it, and it is just completely eradicated. Nice work. You have taken down a Freezard.
Yay!
Did you still want to use patient defense?
In this case, no. I'm going to run to the south and flank the one that's accosting Renji.
Okay.
And
You would take an
use my
opportunity
bonus
attack.
action. Oh,
Unless
shoot,
you
you're
want
right.
to.
Okay, I'll go. I'll spend a key point. I'll use Flurry of Blows. I'll do the first one against the one that's between Zaid and I, and then that gives me disengage, and I'll run down and then punch the Freezard that's accosting Renji.
Okay. Okay, so you can get there, and then you. Sorry, remind me. You won't be an opportunity attack because you've got like. Is it Tipsy Sway?
You have to,
It's
yeah.
a
He uses
drunken
what
technique.
he's gonna use one of his flurries on the thing that was in melee with him before he ran,
Oh, okay.
in order to get that.
I see. All right, so one flurry, 24 to hit for 7, which doubles to 14. Nice. And then Tipsy Sway down to flank with Renji on the Freezard. Nice work. Okay.
Thank you.
Glenn.
Okay, how damaged do these ones look versus that guy?
They all look pretty roughed up. They all look like they are, colloquially, in colloquial 4th edition terms, they look bloodied. Which is weird for ice monsters.
Probably better that. So in this square right here, I will summon a great big wall of fire.
Okay. Alright. Oh, Flaming Sphere.
Ooh, flaming sphere damage.
Okay. The
Oh wait. Well,
Goes within range.
so I will then use my bonus action to slam it into that one.
Okay. It needs to do 2 deck saves. Versus...
Actually, that's only at the end of its turn, or is it when it spawns? Only at the end, sadly.
Okay. Alright, so the slam one, 16 exactly. So it goes down to half rounded up, which is 2, and then yeah, half rounded up, which is 2, and then you've got oh, it just goes to 3 because it's fire and it's weak to fire, and it doesn't matter if it saved or not, it's still full damage. Okay.
At least there's a ball of fire there.
Yeah. Max.
I do not like this thing that bit me. I would like for it to take 21 lightning damage, please.
Okay. Much like before, the bolt of lightning shrieks forth from the storm sphere, slams into the creature.
I'm gonna have Max jump up and catch it and just put it into its face.
Nice. I'm gonna say, for the sake of it, there is such an eradication of it from the damage itself. It explodes and dies, falling into little electrified pieces. That
was a bonus. That was a bonus action.
Yeah.
I'm gonna then come around here to you guys who have been fighting this one to the south,
Mhm.
and still with some of that lightning in my hand. 20 for 14 lightning damage on shock and grasp.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that hits. You place a hand to the cold surface of this Freezard, and the lightning strikes from your hand and into the body. It looks like a very... if it wasn't for the fact that it was a very dire situation, it would look like a very nice light show.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. So that is your go. Then it is the Freezard. Let's see. It's been real focus firing on Renji recently, so it is going to... I think it's going to tunnel vision on that particular prey.
Well then.
Okay.
I tried.
It's fine, it's fine.
26 to hit for 35 total damage.
Yeah, range is just, let's see, hold on, 35.
You're not dead, you're just on the ground.
Yeah.
I think you need to go your full HP below 0.
Yeah, you need
I thought
to...
it was my constitution
No,
score.
that's Pathfinder. You have to...
Oh,
any excess
right,
damage
okay.
after going to 0, if it exceeds your maximum hit point value, instantly kills you. But...
Then I am just unconscious.
yeah.
and I lose concentration on my vampiric touch.
Okay. All right. And
That
that is all the Freezard can do. Renji, make me a death saving throw for me, please.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Constitution? No, that's just Is
Any-
death saving? No.
Any external source that would affect your saving throws would work here, but otherwise it is just a flat d20.
And you have
Then-
a cloak of
Cloak of protection gives me +1.
Yeah.
1d20 +1.
There's a
9.
which is a failure. You have one failure.
Good to know.
Okay. The Chillfoss. They're gonna keep trying to attack Sidon. So natural 1 for the one in melee. The other one is gonna stand up and throw his spear again. Because
He remembered to stand up this time.
yes.
It's probably why his other spear didn't go so well. See, that hit.
22 for 12. Okay.
And then I got a roll. My fire stick still goes.
Yeah. Mara is going to turn around and, like, in a mixture of she's scared and sad and horrified, but there's a mixture of exasperation. She goes down to use a bonus action in order to apply a I think she only has a regular healing potion on hand. Just give me a sec.
Right.
No, she has a greater one. All right, so she'll use her last greater one to give you, Renji, 18 hit points worth of healing.
You.
You're immediately stabilized, but you are still prone.
That's a very good. That's a very good healing potion.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a very good healing potion. And Mara is then going to she's going to move over here in order to provide additional support, and then she's going to try and smack this thing with a hammer. 22 for 8, which is 16 total.
Yes.
She's a librarian. Why is she doing so well? You can't. It's your
I
girl.
wonder why we brought her up here, actually.
Hikan, you still with us?
Sorry about that. I'm trying to troubleshoot a bunch of things at the same time. I'm just gonna keep punching this thing. I do 4 punches on it this time. Spend a key point. I think I still have a key point.
Okay. Let's see. 4 punches, you say. 1, 2. Let's see. 16. That actually takes care of it. So the first 2 punches shatter its structure, and it falls apart. I just need to roll something really quickly. Okay, that's actually not terrible.
Secretly, there's zombies as well.
Oh no.
At which point they fall apart, and in its place, among the rubble, are let's see, because they're weak to bludgeoning damage, but they have this really weird aspect to them. Aberrations, aren't they? Yeah. A pair of the eyes that were once there just kind of sit and then look at you. But judging by their actual body size, it doesn't look like they can actually do anything with it. But they're just there. They're kind of like ice pucks with spikes on the top. As these things just fall apart and they just kind of remain where they are. Where this mighty Freezard once was. But they are now... But yeah. So you still have your bonus action left, technically, Hikan.
I will go ahead and if I can get past them, if they're not going to, like, if they don't look like they're doing any harm at the moment or can do any harm, I'm gonna go focus on the things that are doing harm.
Okay.
So I will use my movement to go up, flank the one with Zidon, and then use the 2 punchies on that one.
Got it. Strike. Unarmed strike. That is 22. Yep, you just run over and like you hop up and do like a kind of spinning motion to landing 2 strikes on this thing as it falls apart before you. There is just 1 chill fast left.
Excellent. I'm gonna go menace that one because I still have a fuck ton of movement.
Okay. Okay. Zun.
Alright, I'll use a bonus action to have this ram into it from this side.
Okay. It fails. It takes 16 points of fire damage.
Then I'll come here and whack it with my shillelagh.
Okay.
Oops, wrong one. 22 for another 8.
Okay. So that's 16 bludgeoning damage. Partially melted, partially crumbled up. It looks like it's on its last legs. Max.
Oh no, it would be a shame if someone electrocuted its legs for 21 lightning damage. Does a 21 hit?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Gonna die now.
It's dead.
Okay.
The arc of lightning erupts from the storm sphere, striking this thing as it explodes in a flurry of icicles. I'm going to say, for the sake of it, combat is more or less over.
Then Max is gonna slap one of these eyes for 18 lightning damage.
Okay. So they
Just
have.
digs the claws in.
So they have a Let's see. So which direction is that going in? Like, which direction do you swing?
The one directly left of me, so it's 28 for 18.
Okay, so it's going this way, right?
Just scoop it out of the creature and fling it into the darkness.
Some form of kinetic force. They are pushed along the floor a number of feet equal to the damage taken to a minimum of 5 feet. So the mini Freezard goes.
18 in that way.
It just spins and slides on the floor before it comes to a stop.
Zidon's gonna come pick them up and then drop them in his sphere of fire.
Okay. They are largely helpless, and they fall into the sphere of fire.
They know what they've done.
And
I'm
melt
gonna
away.
watch them soon.
I just get up
Just
and
while still crackling and the storm is still raging. The storm sphere.
Yeah,
Until it
until it is
Okay,
done.
I think we need to
until
find
the
something
minute
fresh.
ends.
Yeah.
I think we need somewhere to rest, and
yes,
fight. We have a warm sphere for the next minute.
good.
All right. I will. Yeah. What I will do next time is rebalance those Freezards because that bite is monstrous. I'm sorry about that. I really am.
Well, actually, I'd say the breath was significantly worse than the bite.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I was trying to base that more off like the frost breath ability of a Yeti, which I think does the same thing, but does more damage, I think. But I will rebalance them. I will. It's actually the first
Yetis
time.
don't have a frost breath.
Yeah, it's just first time. Do they not? Or they have they have a freezing gaze or something. They have something like that. Yeah.
Chilling gaze, Constitution saving throw,
Knew we should have made one save.
single
Yeah.
target.
Yeah.
I think, like as you had at the start, recharging on 4 to 6 and a 30-foot cone, DC 16. That alone would probably have killed all of us if it was using it just over and over.
Yeah, that's true. As I said, I will rebalance them. It's been a while since I've made a custom monster for this sort of thing, and I think I was going off of the whole sort of like every group I played with have done very, 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 very well. And I think subconsciously I forgot that lucky dice rolls and everything and high damage does not necessarily equal like that sort of balancing.
Actual
So-
combat strength.
Yeah.
I was very sad when I learned that.
Also bear in mind that the other group playing this is not like 90% casters.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, so after dealing with that unfortunate scenario, let's have a look.
My first question will be looking at Hikan and Renji and being, "You okay?"
I'm
How many hit
breathing.
points do they have?
I think you have 14 hit points left.
Key points, not hit points.
Oh, key points. I'll have a look.
Spent 4.
Yeah, I think you have like. I'm gonna say you have 3 left.
Okay, I'm gonna do one of the things from the Unearthed Arcana that you're letting us use, and I'm gonna roll a d6 and heal that many hit points by spending 2 of them.
Okay. You heal 3.
Yay! I'll be okay. I just need to take a breather.
Likewise.
I think we need to find somewhere to rest.
Find some shelter if at all possible.
Yeah. Let's see. I'd say with
When
Zaiden's
the
path.
storm speed clears,
Hmm.
I'm gonna look around and see if I can see anything that looks not so much like a cave, but more just like an area out of the snow.
Alright, so everybody make me some survival checks, please.
The 12.
I will assist.
19.
That is a 20.
Nice.
Renji.
Okay. So you do manage to find an appropriate cave. You find, like, doing a bit of hunting around, you manage to find something akin to what looks to have probably been a large bear cave. But as you enter inside, you see what looks to be the frozen over corpse of a bear. Seems that those things that you just encountered have probably done it in. But otherwise, with some tactical maneuvering of things, you can at least provide yourself with a shelter that is safe out of the weather, and you could probably hide it from further attack. It's not terribly deep either. You can see the end of it rather clearly. But yeah, you have found yourself out of the storm, and I think we've been going for a little bit. I do have one more thing that we can do. It's mainly a roleplay thing, but we'll after that.
While people are getting the cabin ready, Max will stand at the entrance and keep watch.
Okay.
Like, if there's nothing specific that needs doing, then Renji is just going to try and relax for a bit and at least use some hit dice in a short rest to at least get some strength back before an actual full rest.
Did the gear we brought include stuff for making a fire? Not just like fire starting stuff, but also like a little bit of firewood.
I'd say so.
Yeah. Max will provide what he has to the group.
Okay. But yeah. After an hour or two, you manage to rest up to a point where, if you are alerted to any further danger, you are, you're at least better prepared. So any benefits you get from a short rest, you get them now. And
Dies.
yeah,
How many can you spend on a short rest?
Up to half.
up to half your total, and then you get half of what you spent back on a long rest.
Oh god, lagging. Come on.
You can do it, Roll20. We believe in you.
No, we don't.
I'm going to use 3 of my 7.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Khan, did you want to spend any hit die?
19.
Yeah, I'll spend 3.
You also get all your key points back.
Yeah.
Now, since a short rest is, I was gonna say potentially as a good thing to start. Maybe I could, before rest begins, turn into an ice spider and make a net over our entryway. Well, kind of cover of the front of the cave.
Okay. That's like a good idea. Alright.
Yeah, sure.
They spend some time doing that. And you are now securely in a cave where there is warmth and shelter from the storm outside. Yeah. So, unless you specifically want to avoid a long rest, would you like to take one?
Yes,
Okay.
going probably in shift.
It would be nice.
I think out of everyone, Zayden has the best at the moment, so he'll take the first shift.
Right. So for your rest, nothing immediately happens with the exception of Renji.
Of course.
Renji, while you're trying to sleep, you toss and turn. You can't seem to get
Mm.
any kind of comfort out of it. Maybe it's just anticipation of what the harvester might say, or maybe it's just the experience that you've just gone through. But eventually, you just kind of, in a vain attempt to try and get some rest, you stop a moment and stare at the ceiling of the cave, and then you sit up, and you see that the world around you has kind of become this kind of grayscale sort of color to it. The fire is black and white, and so is everybody else, and the webbing on the front of the cave seems to be gone, but everyone who's there, even the people who are currently on watch, are frozen in this sort of tableau.
Is this reminiscent of the Twilight Realm that I've seen?
It isn't.
No. I look around. Do I see anything specifically out of the ordinary, or is it just this grayscale?
Other than because you were probably awake and aware that Zayden was covering the cave mouth with this webbing. That's gone, but otherwise everything else seems to be in the place that it should, just lacking color.
Okay, I hold out my hand and summon my rapier.
Okay, you do so.
Okay, and I carefully walk towards the uh, towards the edge of the cave.
You peer out over the landscape, and you can kind of see this this snowy landscape that kind of stretches for miles. And the storm outside seems to have frozen in place. Like you can see each individual snowflake frozen in motion in the air. And it doesn't seem to hinder your movement in any way. You can just brush past it. But as you're kind of staring out the mouth of the cave, you hear a voice from up and to the left of you. And it just says, "Is this what you asked for?"
Who's there?
You kind of look around and you see on a ledge that kind of sits just above the cave to a little bit of a distance, you see what appears to be an older Hylian man with this scraggly beard and wild hair, wearing a brown robe and wielding a staff that looks gnarled at the end. And he just kind of is staring off into the middle distance.
I don't believe I've asked you for anything, given the fact that I've never seen you before.
Hmm.
What's your name?
I'm afraid I can't tell you that now. But you haven't answered my question. Is this what you asked for?
Again, I don't believe I've asked you anything before just your name now. Am I missing something here?
Shrugs. And then he finally like looks down to you and says, merely testing a theory.
I am at a disadvantage here. You seem to have some knowledge of me, and yet I have no idea who you are. I was expecting something else, to be perfectly honest.
I'm sure you were. And he kind of like, he stands and then just kind of like, it's almost like walking down a set of stairs that aren't there as he kind of maneuvers down from the ledge and then comes up to, like, he stays like 5 feet away from you, but he just stands there.
I do take a step back and kind of move into a martial position with my rapier at the ready. Not aimed specifically at him, but ready to go into a maneuver.
General defensive stance.
You must forgive my trepidation. Generally, when this kind of thing happens during the night, I am faced with something far more dangerous, I imagine.
I can understand such trepidations. And it does relate to my question.
Okay.
You can be as simple or as detailed as you want, but I merely wish to ask, with a chance to reflect, is this what you asked for?
You really do seem to know a lot about me. Can I, like, get a bead on this guy?
Make an insight check.
Right. I've been too good with these. 7.
Unfortunately, you can't seem to read him. He seems fairly implacable.
You know, this is a dream. Honestly, no. Not in the slightest.
I thought as much. Such deals rarely are made in such a fashion. And he kind of like sighs and shakes his head a bit. But I can sense something else. Something within you that says that this arrangement that you have put yourself in does not exactly equate to your entire being. Am I right in saying that?
I do not know. I fear that it may influence me, maybe even corrupt the entirety of myself.
And then he opens his mouth to say something else, but he pauses, and you feel a presence behind you as out of the corner of your eye, you see what looks like a grey and black slender hand slink over your left shoulder, around in front of you, and then place the tips of its fingers on your left cheek. And you just hear the voice in one of your ears saying, "Back off! This one's mine!" And then you wake up with a start, and we will carry that on next session. So, thank you, everyone, for watching or listening. And me realizing I need to do a bit better job at balancing my monsters. I am Articulate T, the Game Master, and with me today, I have had Netherlad playing Renji, Heir of Nihilus.
Help!
And I've also had Alvarance playing Hikan Sio,
Who is
Yeah.
who has internet issues.
Yeah, has internet issues and yeah. But it's okay. He sends his love, of course. I also have Robo Pirate playing Zidon Shari.
It's okay. We happened to survive just because we were lucky enough to have bludgeoning and fire.
Yeah. And I've also had Max being played by Keistrith.
I really like Storm Spheres. Good style.
Good idea.
And we will see you next time. And of course, as always, stay safe, stay at home if possible, wash your hands, social distance. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye now.
Take